Good morning and Happy New Year. A little bit late. Today I am driving down the boatyard to test fit my new locker lids that I've made out of sapele and fit them into the new locker holes that I've cut with a saw, and the new cockpit sole hatch as well that I've made out of sapele, some leftover stuff to improve the one that was there. And because the water had got into the plywood on the one that was there and has destroyed it. Of course it's lashing down with rain. Of course it is. And the past month really in Cornwall the weather has been pretty shocking. We've had some sunny days lately, but generally speaking it's been awful, really windy and cold and rainy. Not nice. Today it's forecast to clear up a little bit, and all I'm doing is a bit of sort of fitting really, no gluing. It's going to be a short day I think, and we'll see how the new cockpit will look hopefully. The rain has temporarily stopped. Here's my new cockpit sole. There she is, look, all scraped down and ready to anti-foul. All the through holes repaired, the stern gear done. It's a bit of a mess in the cockpit, but oh, I forgot the milk again. Look, there it is. I'm going to open that in a minute. You see the water streak there, which is leading straight down to the drains, the little micro scuppers that I installed. Those are working an absolute treat. What a great idea. I'm amazed it wasn't done before. And you can see the Iroko drains that I've put in there. They've been epoxied, so they're waterproof on both sides. I've got the the lids for those with me. I'm just going to try this cockpit sole, see if I can get it to slot in there. Okay, it fits. It's a little bit snug in that corner, so I'm going to go and get the plane now. Of course it's pissing with rain, or has been, so everything's wet. I'm a little reluctant to stand on it now, but that's going to be nice I think. I'm going to go and get the plane, just shake that a bit. Looking at it, this looks like a good fit, but it's actually a bit snug, and it's certainly snug here. And that's true on both sides, but on both sides it's mainly this edge where it's a little bit too tight. So I'm just going to plane. There it is. I've just rested the little brass ring pull in there. There'll be a little backing plate under that when I'll be able to put the screws in, but for now it's just like that. It's going to be nice. So when I get home, it will be around all the edges with sandpaper to just trim them back a bit more I guess. And actually, well, there's no cutting to do there, that's all done. Probably plane that edge a little bit, maybe. But it's basically a good fit. It's very strong. Good, okay. Locker lids. So my locker lids then are in their unfinished state. All I've done is made them. No finishing at all. They aren't going to fit, but they are going to be close. Like we can see in the camera there, I've done the beading shape on the edges there, and put together with hardings, of course, as I said I would. Jesus, I tell you what, that's not bad. They can at least fit, kind of, after a fashion. Snug there. But not bad. Alright. Overview then. So this is kind of what was in my head when I was talking in the last videos about two equal size lockers in the same places there. So that's a start. Now that one doesn't fit. It's it's just hanging a little bit on the edge, not by much. It's just rubbing there. So I need to take some off that. All completely expected, of course, and I need to cut these back to allow for the hinge, and that's kind of why I'm here today, to have this little test fit, try and get them to fit as best I can. That one's actually not bad. It's not bad. It sticks out a bit there. And a bit there as well. But nothing that can't be sorted out. Alright, good. In fact, that one, in terms of the hinge, where is the hinge? Here's one of the hinges. I think that one just can fit. I think it will, you know. I think it will. Great. Well, so I've been talking about fridges with my brother. He lives in the Caribbean on his boat. He's a bit negative about fridges. He says they're more aggravation than they're worth, and I kind of believe him. Well, pretty much whatever he says I kind of believe him, because he's been doing it for a very long time. And I've thought about it and thought about it. He also said that you get a fridge that is within sort of budget, really. So, not a super duper mega yacht fridge, just like an electric fridge basically for a boat. I would need to quadruple my battery capacity straight away, he said, because they're a bit thirsty. So, having talked to him, on reflection, I think what I'm going to do when I refit the galley is make an ice box in there, make a cool box in there. Because at the moment the layout in there is just, well, it's 1960s. It's 1960s, and I'm sure if you were just camping for the weekend, well, it's been fine, you know, we did our little West Country mini cruise, it was alright. But it could be better. I think a different shaped sink that you can actually fit a plate into so it's useful. Behind that a cool box. And with a cooker I'm seriously considering getting one of those Dometic alcohol ones. They're quite well reviewed. And I know I'm going to catch some flack for that, but it's horses for courses, isn't it? It's, for me, I think that's going to work out quite well. No plumbing involved. And instead of having it on that nasty upstand, triangle upstand, which means that you lose half the work surface straight away there. What I'm going to do is have it recessed on gimbals there, so that when it's not in use you can fit a cover over the top. Surely that's got to fit now. So close, look. So close, it's just hanging on that corner, just there. Nearly there, fits right up there. Very well, actually. I think it's going to be nice. It's gone all gloomy and cloudy over again, look at this. A bloody month it's been like this, honestly. So they're all fitted, all those bits. Now I can take them home, finish them. You know, I've marked where I've got to take a few, just a millimetre off here and there, just take it off. And that is going to be such a big improvement. My God, it's already so much more comfortable to sit on. It's nicer to look at. It won't be perfect, but hey, you know. See you next time, where hopefully I will have varnished these. So that's going to be at least 6 months from now, isn't it? No, it won't be. I'll finish these up. I've got to buy some more epoxy, and of course I'm absolutely broke, and launch time is coming. I've got a launch date. It's going to be the 21st of March. Half the reason for that, of course, is I cannot afford to do any more to the boat. I've achieved so much this winter. I mean, I often feel like I haven't even begun to touch the list, you know, I haven't begun to touch it, but actually I really have. It will have, the cockpit will be sorted out. It won't be finished, but it'll be sorted out, and it'll be a lot better and a lot easier to use. I've done nothing with the interior, and I really wanted to do that, but I've run out of money, plain and simple. I've made a new garage and main hatch, and I will have replaced the spreaders and seated them properly so I don't move around all over the place anymore. Made good 6 through holes it is now. Oh, re-engineered the stern gear. I need to service the engine. There's still loads of stuff that I've got to do, but scrape the hull right back, and I don't know when the last time that was done, but there was a lot of layers of paint on there. Scrape the hull right back. Yeah, new mast step. You know, every time I think, oh, I haven't done very much, something else pops into my head that was just a huge mission. I took the old one to the scrapyard yesterday, and it made me think a little bit how much I've really got done. It's been an awful lot, really. I've worked really hard on it, but still I feel, well, I know, I can see, I look around, there's so many things I still need to do. The philosophy has been and will remain, I need to get it in the water, because having it in the yard and saying I'll put it in the water when it's done will mean that I won't do any sailing for at least the next 5 years. If I get it seaworthy enough, and it is seaworthy enough, by a long way actually, it's seaworthy, and put it in the water, at least when I'm looking at all these things I've got to do, I can actually be sailing. I mean, last year was a prime example of that. The stuff I got up to last year, I had a great time, and even took the family on the boat around Cornwall. Really fantastic time. If I decided that it was coming out for a refit, and that was going to be dependent obviously on how much money I've got and how much time I've got, I wouldn't have done any of that last year. I wouldn't be doing any this year or next year or the year after that. So the policy is I'll do what I can when I can, and I'll do it as well as I can, and we'll see how we get on. So far it's worked so far. Look at the fore hatch, you know, that came out just spectacularly well. I love it. I really, really like it. I'm proud of it, you know, and I think that with the lockers here, I think they'll come out well too. Certainly the cockpit will be much more functional. I'm ecstatic with my cockpit drains, my little micro scuppers there. They work brilliantly. There's been no puddles of water in the cockpit, and it has been belting down with rain. And if you think this tarpaulin keeps it out, well, this was the cheapest tarpaulin I could find. So. Yeah, so they work really, really well, and I can see the water tracks right down into them. Just fantastic, fantastic. So I've got the polyurethane paint to go on the deck and the cockpit. Probably a bit of fillering and fairing on the cockpit seats as well, but yeah, you know, fillering and fairing. As long as it's waterproof, fillering and fairing, as and when, you know. I'll make things look spectacularly pretty when I get time, when all the other big things are done. So I've got that to do. Finish up the woodwork here, which, you know, I've broken the back of that one. That's nearly done. I've got to anti-foul it and have a look at the standing rigging, and then we're good to go, I think. And if I have the money, service the engine. But it's the time of year when you get hit with all the bills, you know, so I've got a massive mooring fees and club membership bill coming in. The boatyard fees, of course, coming in. It's all in 1 month, and it really knocks you over. Anyway, time will tell. Alright, next update, hopefully those will be varnished and looking lovely, and I might even just screw them in so you've got something to look at. And that'll be a bit of we'll be moving on to sort of less major stuff then, sort of odd jobs. And over the summer I'll fit it out at the mooring on the inside, make it look lovely. Yeah, that's the plan. Alright, catch you next time.